Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Tesla's over-the-air updates. So Tesla is one of the very few companies that have real meaningful over-the-air updates. Other car manufacturers claim to have it, and they do to a very small extent, but a lot of times you still have to bring your car into the service center to get those updates. So Tesla is really one of the very few car companies where they do pretty much everything over the air. All these recalls you hear about on the news, they're usually fixed by an over-the-air update. I just let the car do its update overnight and the recall is fixed. So I think a lot of Tesla owners get a bad rap for always talking about how awesome their Teslas are. And so a lot of people watching these videos, hearing us talking about our cars, often assume we've never had any other legacy automaker car before our Teslas. I've been there. I've owned a lot of different cars throughout the years. I've been through all the recalls where you have to physically bring it in. I've had other cars where they claim to have over-the-air updates and it was not really an over-the-air update, or it wouldn't work half the time and you'd still have to bring the car in. So today I'm going to be talking about something to help you with your over-the-air updates. So I was having a few issues with over-the-air updates at my house. Let me show you what my issue was and how I fixed it. So as you can see, we have a 2-car garage, but we have 4 cars in our household. A lot of times, for instance, this is my wife's Model X. That's my Miata on the other side and my Tesla Model 3 right here. My wife also has another car that we park in here from time to time. As you can see, it's been raining and she's been out shopping and stuff, so we let her bring her car in just so we can unload it in the garage out of the rain. So a lot of times I find my car is parked outside. The problem I was having is if my car is parked in the garage, I get really good Wi-Fi signal. Well, I wouldn't say really good, but I get decent Wi-Fi signal and it gets its over-the-air updates. But when I'm parked outside, further away from the house, especially when the door is down, I get very weak signal. Sometimes it won't get signal at all. It's just been very spotty. So the reason for that is because our access point with our internet is on the far end of the other side of the house. And so that Wi-Fi signal is traveling all the way through the house, and once it gets to this wall, it starts degrading. It just enough to where we can get updates in here, but once it travels to here and the door's down, and sometimes even when the door's open, it's just not a strong enough signal to reach all the way over there where I park my car. So I bought a product to fix this. Let me show you what it is and I'll explain what it does. So I bought a Wi-Fi range extender. This actually fixes my issue. I went online, did a Google search on the best Wi-Fi extenders out there. This model from TP-Link is usually, if not the very first top choice, it's one of the top 2 or 3 choices. So that's good enough for me. And yeah, dual band. So it's got the 5 gigahertz and the 2.4 gigahertz, whichever fits your needs. Let's go take a look at it. So I actually have it hidden here in my garage on the side right over here. So that's what it looks like. So it's picking up that signal on the other side of the wall and just taking it here and then extending it out. So I get really good signal now, even when I'm parked way over there. Doesn't even matter if the door's down, it still gets a pretty good signal with the door up or down. Now, I'm very blessed that my house has an attached garage where we can get signal in the garage, but I was thinking about my last house that I was in, didn't have one. So my last house was similar to this yellow one here where we had a detached garage in the back. So if you were to park your car out there, there really is no good signal from your house to your garage unless you were to put a range extender in your garage to kind of pick up that signal and boost it. So that would be another scenario if that's kind of what your issue is, where you live with a detached garage, maybe this will help you out. So I've seen these at Walmart and Best Buy. I actually ordered mine on Amazon, just shipped straight to your house, and you don't have to worry about trying to track one down and look for it. But I've really enjoyed it. It's got a lot of security built in. You got your own password to log into this, so nobody else can leech off of your signals. But yeah, man, I really do like this one a lot. Most of these modern extenders are going to be pretty good. The cheaper ones won't have as much security as the more expensive ones, but this one's not too bad. I want to say about $100. I'll put a link in the description for this one where I bought mine, and that way you can just kind of read more about it and see if it's something that you'd be interested in. Maybe it'll help you out if you have issues with yours. So here's another pro tip for you. Before you go rushing out and buying some sort of Wi-Fi range extender, see if you really need one first. And what I mean by that is you'll see a lot of these wireless routers that you already have in your house will usually be a dual band, 5 gigahertz or the 2.4 gigahertz. So what this really means is 5 gigahertz is going to be the fastest speeds, but it's going to have a shorter range. The 2.4 gigahertz is going to have a slower speed, but it's going to extend the range further. So the way I kind of think about this, because we're talking about radio frequencies here, think about AM radio and FM radio. AM radio sounds worse, but it travels a lot further. That's kind of what this 2.4 is. That's like your AM radio, where, you know, the 5 gigahertz frequency is going to sound better. If we're talking about FM radio, it's going to sound better, but it doesn't travel as far. So that's kind of how I look at this. So if you're having some issue getting bars on your Wi-Fi signal, try switching the frequency. Maybe it's on the 5 gigahertz and you need that frequency to travel a little bit further to your garage. Try switching it to the 2.4 gigahertz. See if that makes a difference. If it does not, and you still don't get a good signal no matter what frequency you're on, then a range extender will fix your issues. So I think most manufacturers are seeing the benefits of these over-the-air updates like what Tesla provides. So it will be coming soon for a lot of other companies. So go ahead and future-proof your garage with range extenders, whatever you need to get a good signal out to your garage. So do any of you guys have range extenders for your garage? Do you live in an apartment complex with maybe a parking area somewhere where they allow range extenders? What other scenarios can you think of where you might need one of these? Comment below and we'll talk about it. I'll see you guys in the near future. Take care. Bye.